What is the business, YouTube? I don't have the side-by-side working for me. Okay, now it's working for me. All right, so I'm restarting this video. Got to do this one here all over again. Small position size, $326. Got me 120 shares of this CIFS. I'm in at 268. This is my E-Trade trading account. I feel like until you know what you're doing as a trader, whichever trader account you use, whichever brokerage account you use, that part don't never matter until you know what you're doing. At close on the day, at price action of 325 is where the last price, the closing price, where you can see my TC 2000 to the right, E-Trade, and some other internet stuff we're looking up to the left. But the after hours has it all the way up to 368. So that'll put me at this 120 on the game. But I think E-Trade just does that because the stock jumped 45% of the day, as you can also see here in my TC 2000 traded software. I shouldn't be too far into this and just getting started. But I'm going to go ahead on and squeeze in and show you why I decided to hold this trade all day, because I didn't even pay attention to the trade for half the day. I had a feeling that it would break, but I honestly was thinking that it was going to take a couple days. I thought the stop was going to stop about the same area where it closed at on this first green spike it had on the 25th. But let's scroll back a little bit more and look at this stop. This is China Internet Nationwide Financial Services Incorporated. CIFS is the ticker. Now, it isn't an old company. It debuted, it IPO'd on the 17th, somewhere back there, the 7th of August, 2017. It pushed up from its open in 3 months' time, pushed up 362%. And then it's been falling off ever since. So it's falling off now. Look at that box, 1.3 years, 94% is pulled back. But what I do like, my mentor would call this a revival pattern. But the stock came down. It's just been falling off for months, and it's bottomed out, found the bottom, and now it's rounding, trying to get back on the upside. I do like to watch moving averages. I have my two short-term moving averages that I watch most of all, my 13 and my 9. I got from my two different mentors, and they happen to be buddies. One watches the 9 EMA, the other watches the 13. I put both of them on my charts just to see how the price action interacts with them. I also watch the 100, the 50, the 200, and I put a 4 just to give me something even closer to the price action. That's just something that I tossed in there. But anyway, this company all of a sudden over the last week has gotten hot from the 22nd of February, which was like last Friday, till this Friday. 1 week, last Friday and this Friday have both been good Fridays for the stock. It's that type of information that sometimes when you pay attention to it, you begin to notice some trends that happen. But I seen that in 2 days, from Friday the 22nd to Monday the 25th, just like right now, we're at a weekend, so hopefully this thing can continue to push higher. I haven't read up on the company to try to figure out why this thing is all of a sudden deciding to get up, but it is deciding to get up, and I'm just getting involved. I am holding a position paper trading. See, if I had $13,000, I could be up $2,000 in this single trade right now, today. That's 19%. That's beautiful. On 4,000 shares, I originally bought 5,000 shares. This is I bought 5,000 shares to begin with, but I ended up selling one because it got down to, I bought in at 273. It got down 20 cents on me, so I sold 1,000 shares to try to shrink down this 5,000 share position a tad bit. As it turned out, I should have just held on to those shares and believed the reasoning I was buying this chart was based on the daily chart. Now, you can't always do that because sometimes the intraday chart, I'll be doing something completely different. But being that the intraday chart didn't dip off too low, then we got down to like 247 after it began this nice push, opened up at 241, so it didn't get back down to where it opened up on the day. The lower day was 230, but that was in the first few minutes. It's going to make them 5-minute candles, so squeeze this in some more. See, because right at the market open Friday, this thing pulled back like 4%, pulled back 3%, then had a nice 5-minute push up to the area where I wanted to get in. I think I got in this third 15-minute candle. It pushed up to 280, came back down, something of that sort. But I did see it reach up and set a high. I could have sold, but I didn't. Could have sold up here at 276, but I didn't because the daily chart was telling me that if I give it 2 or 3 more days, I've been trying to swing trade a little bit more, but I got to find the right pattern, and I also have to trade accordingly. If the stock ain't doing what you want it to do, get out. Get out. How long that been yapping? And that's what I failed to do in my last 2 trades. The stock wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I held hoping that the daily chart pattern would play itself out, but I don't know. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. It hasn't worked out for me, so that's not the strategy that I wanna take. But anyway, so this thing ended up pushing up, man. I bought in way over here. It didn't end up breaking out. This is the part that I really want to point out that I'm noticing too. That's another reason why I decided to hold. So I punched up to 280, 282, 282 on that individual candle, and then it took another 4, damn near 5 hours from that point. See, it touched that at 9:45, and it wasn't until 220 when it reached up and even got back to that level again, and finally broke above at 225. Finally got above that level. Set a new high. I set a new high of 306 in that particular minute. 312. And ended up closing at 306. Nope. Yeah. Anyway, I got up the 312 on that high. And then it took until the very last minute of the day for it to re-break above that high that was set. But this thing is stair-stepping slowly but surely, stair-stepping higher for some apparent reason. If it gives me some of that Monday, I will hold and let this game give me as much back as I possibly can. But if not, then I will be just getting out. Hopefully I can get out in this 368 area and get a whole dollar a share. Let's bring all the other stuff back. So that's the CIFS trade. I'm holding it because of the daily candle. The daily chart is telling me that this thing might break out above this 358 F level, and I would love if that happened. Because it's already above that. Actually, it's above that. It's at 368. So if we can push upward a little bit more, the next area I would be looking for this thing to hit the brakes at would be probably up here at 850. But I would not be able to hang on and stay in the trade for that long. I will be out of the trade well before that. Matter of fact, I really am nervous about it being anywhere close to this 100-day exponential moving average because I was expecting it to hold as resistance as it is doing. It closed on the day right there at the 100-day exponential moving average. So I would just say be careful for anybody that might have been in it, might be looking to get in it. Be careful because this looks like it's at resistance right now. I might be selling come Monday morning at 325, but I will sell and take that gain over taking the loss and let this account, let myself get my trades back slowly. But the market seems hot enough for that to be okay. And I'm going to continue the paper trade. I want to grow this account to $200,000. See if I can have some money saved up by then and start trading with maybe $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 at that time. But I'm just taking this thing slowly because you don't want to screw it up. I don't want to end up spending a lot of money in market tuition. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to pay the market something, but I'm trying to limit what I pay the market until I thoroughly know what I'm doing and until I have the type of capital to make what I'm doing a little bit easier. You see, because I know all the traders I'm watching, they're not going to buy 120 shares of this. They're going to buy 1,000 shares. They're going to buy 10,000 shares, 15,000 shares of this stock down here at $2.68. They'll buy 10,000 shares of that. That's $26,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll buy 20,000 shares of that, put $50,000 into these trades. So I'm not in that position. You see, my account is small, but when you can pick winners, man, you can grow accounts. It's just much harder when you got a few hundred instead of, a few thousand. This is Pursuit of Freedom. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here while I'm ahead. But that's my current trade, and I'm trying to get back into trading. It's just I got a lot going on. That's keeping my eyes off of the market, but I got to be in sync with the market before I trade, and I think I'm finally getting back in sync. This is Pursuit of Freedom.